Welcome you to episode 45 of MLB 20 The Show. This is JD, your host, the running egg and tuba chat today. Guys, want to catch some more MLB 20 every 1 to 2 days a week? Be sure to hit that red support button, like button, stay connected, all together. What this group's about is having love, support, and respect throughout the group. Knowing what we're doing involving our channel, and you know what you're doing, something that's more magical and something good and gentle for people to look at. Throughout this group, between knowledge being the power. If there's anybody in the live chat this morning that has a Twitter and a Discord, first thing about Twitter, we can send each other information and the numbers, whether if you have the letters of the first or last name being capitalized, you guys can we can share it out, tweet it out, comment through Twitter, and I'll give you guys my numbers. I'll repeat it just one time for the most part. The numbers are always the same, guys. J and D are capitalized, and then pretty much the rest are actually lowercase. So the numbers are 824-656-00. Not only if you guys do have a Twitter, if you guys have a Discord, friend request me on Discord. Tell me you guys said hello, and let me know if you guys have any good questions you'd like to ask on Discord. Bring it towards me on Discord. I mean on YouTube if you like, in the live chat this morning. And more importantly, guys, if you guys also have a Steam account, you guys can send me a request. See if we can look a couple of things up a little bit, and then we should be good to go. See how much balance it could be contained. But throughout this group, guys, with the running egg and tuba chat, with love, support, and respect, no SOS attended. We remember, guys, we watch videos in full. We'd like, comment. We'd like, support, comment. Tweet it out. And more importantly, we never ask for support back in between. You guys can vote Atlanta at 32, Greta Soman at 13. You guys get Easy News every 19 to 20 minutes. But other than that, guys, as today it will be a 3-game series. Game 1 of 3 this morning. As today it will be the 17 and 27 Tigers visiting the 21 and 25 Seattle Mariners in a 3-game series this morning. So today in Game 1 in Seattle, starting pitcher for the 17 and 27 Tigers will be Casey Mize. Has not bad of an average, has a 3-3 1-loss record, 35 strikeouts for 3.45 earned average. And on the mound also for the 21 and 25 Mariners will be Yoshi Kikuchi. I think I'm pronouncing the K correctly, I think. I just hope I certainly am throughout this group today so we can keep the memorization going. Because there we go, keep the live set on my computer. There we go. Has a 3-2 record, 44 strikeouts, over 4.69 earned average. To get down to the ballpark this morning, guys, I am a little more tired since I'm officially off till Thursday again. Since I'm going to be working the next 6 days, and I don't expect it to be out of the question, as we can get much more forward. But this is what this group's all about, guys. Having love, support, and respect, knowing what you like doing involving your channel, and keep doing what you're doing, you know. You know what you're doing, putting the first 2 steps on your YouTube channel and see what you can actually do to help cover it, hopefully. But staying as a family, highest moderators is 143 now. So today, on the mound for the 17 and 27 Tigers will be Casey Mize, right-handed thrower. Not bad of an average of the season. 3-3 with a 3.45 earned average. And on the left side, guys, for the season, there's a starting lineup for the 17 and 27 Tigers listed. Leading off first will be Victor Reyes at center, Jorge Bonifacio at right, Zamir Candelario at third, Johnson Skilp at second, Miguel Corral, the one and only, bats fifth as first baseman. Today, CJ Cron as DH, Nico Goodrum at short, Hill Castle at left, and doing the catching batting ninth is Jake Rogers, between the few simulations and the plates. Jorge Bonifacio is a little tired, so he'll be out of the mix for quite a bit. So how is everyone doing this morning? Hope you guys are well, staying safe, staying in the moment, and so yeah, my statistics today, guys. My highest likes is 29. You guys should check out a video of that for Spider-Man episode 4 of Miles Morales. And the top 2 views is 95, and I'm in 113. So you guys can check that on the status quo. Statuses for my pudding and my bell, perhaps. My pudding's at 71. All he needs is 229 left for supporters count by the end of the year. And Bell's just wants 40 more to go by the time she turns 31 on December 27th. 20% is the wise in between. So today, guys, starting pitcher for the 21 and 25 Mariners today will be Yosin Kikuchi. 10th start of the season, 3-2 record for 4.69 earned average, 55 hits, 13 walks, 44 strikeouts. We're up to throw in a little bit. And leading us off first for the Tigers will be Victor Reyes, batting .235. First pitch by Kikuchi. And that's going to be at the bottom, 1 ball, no strike. Well, work's been going good so far today, guys. After I'm off tomorrow, I'm going to be working the next 6 days. That'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and thank goodness I'm off the next 4 days afterwards. So that's pretty much the middle of next week. So I, for one, won't have much to worry about. It's actually more hours, more money I can contain. And I think we might be okay. As long as we keep doing what we're doing, tweeting those side effects are out of the status for sure. Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike off the bat. There we go. One ball, 1 strike. And to the left, 1 and 2. Try to keep more inside. That'd be 1 ball, 2 strikes off the bat a little bit. And at the bottom, that's going to be ball 2 from the umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes off the bat as of this point today. But I'm just trying to hang in there afterwards. 2 and 2. And that's going to be a ground of the second. Between a little bit. Throws the first in time, and it's the first out for the Tigers. But other than that, guys, now this is always the power and it's always the key with what we do on with our channel, and keep doing what we're doing. That makes it good, incredible, with lots of point of respect, staying connected with people that we know around this group. You know, so people can jump right in and see what you've been up to and keep more focus and see how that's going to lead. At the bottom, 1 strike. Then I'll bring up Jacoby Jones, number 21. Batting .200, 6 homers, 14 ribbies. Besides, it's still been over 4 years since I've been at Walmart too, so not out of the box, but digging in a little side of the box a little bit. So third place for 6 homers. Has 1 ball, 1 strike off the bat. Let's look at that news for a minute. We're probably just going to cover a little bit this morning, see how that's going to go. And that's going to be a foul to right. That's 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes between the status. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the stretch. And to the right, 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to equal today. Let me double check here. Get a little more of a clicking spot here. Yeah, we'll definitely get a little more to the bottom today. 2 and 2. To the right, at the bottom, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Coming to bat next, guys, beats Emil Candelario. Batting .250, 8 homers, 23 ribbies. He's on deck, 3 and 2 by Kikuchi from the stretch. To the right, that's ball 4. First walk by Kikuchi as he walks.
Right there. He was tempted with some really good pitches, but he stayed disciplined and drew the walk.
Jacoby Jones for the 17 and 27 Tigers this morning. And up next will be Emil Candelario, batting .250. Rhino at first with 1 out. And if you guys also want to shout out this morning in the live chat, the group, the Running Egg Tuba chat, you guys are welcome to do so. See how that's going to benefit for us between greatness Love, support, and respect throughout the group. And the ball is low. Runner roll hold at first on a wild pitch. We can't get there too quick, guys. Keeps a little more inside and gets a little advertising quite a bit. But you guys let me know if you guys want a shout out this morning. So we're going to try to elaborate a little bit. Makes it ball 2. 2 balls, no strike off the bat. As you know, this will be in another 10 minutes, guys. Every 19 to 20 minutes, we get to the news you guys want to hear. 2 balls, no strike. And that's going to be in the upper left this time. 3 balls, no strike. Up next to bat, it's a Kobe Johnson Scope, excuse me. 213, 10 homers, 23 ribbies. He's on deck. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's going to be a grounder to second. Picks it up, throws to second. And throws the first double play. Side is retired. Go to bottom of the first inning, guys. Game 1 in Seattle. Tigers nothing. Mariners coming to bat. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. So, starting pitcher for the 17 and 27 Tigers this morning will be Casey Myers. Myers making his 9th start of the season. 3-3 record. 3.45 or 1 average. I just had a little cough already, so I'm fine. Leading off first for the Mariners will be Dylan Moore. 288. First place with 18 homers, 35 ribbies. First pitch by Myers. And that's going to be a foul to home, 1 strike. And it also has third place in the American League with 26 walks. This gave me a little extra control out here in the live chat this morning, so we can keep that on the reins. He's also batting 288. And that's going to be a grounder to second. Picks it up in time, throws the first, 1 out for the Mariners. But as far as tonight goes, you guys know the same situation the last couple weeks, of what the meeting's going to be. If I stream tonight, if I do the live chat tonight, you guys are getting a Satscribe Holler for 1:35. If I don't stream tonight, you guys are getting for Howard tomorrow. That's normally going to be the situation depending on my work schedule a little bit. So we'll see. Little off to the left, 1 strike. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be throughout this group. And then it'll lead to something interesting. And it'll bring up JP Crawford batting 271. Between 1 out of 3. And that's going to be, look like an almost obvious hit. That's going to be a foul to left. 2nd strike. That same game's had a 294 average. 0-2 by Myers from the stretch. And that's going to be a ground ball to left. Keeps it a little more fair on the left angle. And that's going to be a base hit. And that's a double for the Mariners. 6 double by J.P. Crawford for the 21 and 25 Mariners this morning. Up next to bat will be Kyle Lewis. 317, 10th in the American League, 14 homers, 39 ribbies. Stepping in now, Kyle Lewis. And that's going to be called from first base. 2nd out for the Mariners. Runner will hold at 2nd. Twin status and heart pumping. Almost oftentimes in the group this morning, guys. A little often usual. Keeps the vibe where it's at between the next few and keeps it more okay. Up next to bat in the 4th batting position will be Kyle Seeger. 233 average. Runner in 2nd with 2 outs. Myers from the stretch. At the bottom, 1 ball, 1 strike. With 9 seasons, has a nice 207 home runs. Good one to be obvious today, too, guys. I know it's Tuesday morning. Up top, ball 2. 2 balls, no strike off the bat. We're going to get the news in another 5 minutes, guys, throughout the group, and see what kind of a little more cool stuff that brings us towards some of our attention. At the bottom, 3 balls, no strike. Up next to bat will be Ty France. Batting 313, he's on deck. 3-0 by Myers from the stretch. Makes it the first strike finally. 3 balls, 1 strike off the bat. I think we should be okay. As long as we keep a little more forward, we might be fine. It's at 3 balls, 1 strike off the bat. Sign down. 3 balls, 1 strike. At the bottom, 2nd strike when it must really needed it. But other than that, guys, Kyle Seeger's batting .233. Blackett's cold water was good last night. Got off at 5 and, you know, got picked up right on time as good as possible. And, you know, a little more considered. And that's going to be, look like almost an obvious hit. Foul to left, 3-2. From the stretch, 3-2. That's going to be a foul to right again, 3-2. And that's going to be strikeout or a walk, I would think. Actually, that is going to be a walk. I'm sorry. As he first walk by Casey Myers as he walks. Coming to bat next, guys, number 23 first baseman, Ty France, comes in to join the party. Last 6 games had 9 for 24 with an average of 375. Batting .313, 5 homers, 16 ribbies. First and second, 2 outs. To the left, 1 ball, no strike. Last 6 games, guys, has 4 runs scored. Between the average ability. Gets a little control and not out of control in the group this morning. 1 ball, no strike from the stretch. It's going to be called from straight left, and the inning is over. Gets us high pumping, does not being bedazzled. At the top of the 2nd inning, guys, game 1 Seattle. Mariners nothing, Tigers nothing. Of an old-fashioned stadium. Openings up for the Tigers will be Jonathan Schoop. 213, 10 homers, 23 ribbies. We'll get the news in another couple of minutes, guys, so we can keep more of a observation. Because there we go. Pitched by Kikuchi from the stretch. At the bottom, 1 strike off the bat. Has about 72 strikeouts, first in the American League. No balls, 1 strike. And at the bottom, 2nd strike at the bottom. You can't get there too quick, guys, if it's not well balanced enough. Maybe not as much. 0-2. To the left, 1-2 off the bat. But I will give a shout out to Sunshine Cooper. How you doing, girl? Check out her channel. I actually haven't stopped by her channel for quite some time, but she's actually cool. Kind of cool at this point. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the stretch. To the right, 2-2. Schoop is batting .213 off the bat. Let's inhale a little bit of my right ear real quick between the drum. There we go. Yeah, Schoop is batting .213 this morning. 2 balls, 2 strikes from the stretch. To the right, 3-2. Coming to bat next is the one and only Miguel Cabrera. 189, 1 homer, 2 ribbies. He's on deck. Gets a sign down. Kikuchi from the stretch, 3-2. And to the right, that's ball 4. 2nd walk by Kikuchi. He was Jonathan Schoop for the 17 and 27 Tigers this morning. Yeah, Kikuchi has given up 2 walks so far today, guys, in the group. Coming out of a straight sequence. Alright. We'll get the news in just a moment, guys. Coming up to bat is Miguel Cabrera, the one and only. 189, 1 homer, 2 ribbies. Runner at first, nobody out. Gets a sign down. Kikuchi from the stretch. And that's going to be a little line shot to right center field. Scoops under it a little bit, and that'll be a base hit. That's a single for the Tigers. Runner at second goes to third. Up next will be CJ Cron, batting 173. First and third with nobody out. The pitch by Kikuchi at the bottom, 1 strike. We got 173, 3 homers, 8 ribbies. So let's keep it hard pumping. Get the news in just a moment, guys. Some of the hits between the 2 marks. And guys, every 19 to 20 minutes, each episode I do, you guys get the news. Last game was 1 for 3 of a double. Okay, guys, let me see if we can get the response for it in a second. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up to the upper left, 2 balls, 1 strike. Verify a bit more. If we're gonna inside of Twitter a little bit. So we can keep a little more between the starting line. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kikuchi from the stretch. And that's going to be our ground ball center field. And that'll be an RBI single. Single for the Tigers. Strikes first. It's 1-0 Tigers. First and second, nobody out. Game 1 in Seattle.
Into the box now.
Pitch by Kikuchi, close to the bottom, 1 strike. Nico Goodrum is up to bat, batting .261. 1-0 Tigers, first and second, nobody out. Game 1 in Seattle. No balls, 1 strike. To the left, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, we hit the 19 to the 20-minute mark already. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's Zach Dawson. We can give each other the first and last name information towards Twitter. You guys can send them to me in the live chat. I'll send you mine in the live chat as well. With lots of point of respect through running egg to the chat. That's going to be a ground to the third. Throws the first. Almost had a... But it's the first out for the... Actually, that's an E5. I'm sorry. That's a single for the Tigers. I'm sorry. Coming to bat next will be Harold Castro. 245, 4 homers, 9 ribbies. Bases loaded. No outs completed. But other than that, guys, these capitalized on my Twitter. If you guys want to send your information through Twitter to me, through running into the chat with love, support, and respect, we can do that. The numbers are always the same, guys. J's capitalized, these capitalized. The numbers are 824-656-00. If you guys have a Discord, friend request me. Anything you guys want to talk about on Discord, bring it towards the live chat anytime you like throughout this group. And that's going to be a ground of the second. Throws the second. Throws the first in time. Double play. 2 outs for the Tigers. Runner at second goes to third. And it's now 2-0 Tigers. Top of the second. 2 outs. Runner at third. Game 1 in Seattle. But other than that, guys, anything you guys like to bring in, you guys can also friend request me on Steam. You guys can also send down a little bit of your what your screen name is between on Steam, and we can get there. Brings up Kesser Jake Rogers, batting 181. 2-0 Tigers, runner at third, 2 outs, game 1 in Seattle. Pitch by Kikuchi, at the bottom, 1 strike. Last game was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Which most of us already know is called a hat trick, I would assume. Which it usually is 80% to 90%. No balls, 1 strike. And at the closer to the right, 2 strikes. But other than that, guys, throughout this group, we watch videos in full. We comment, support, like in full. Tweet it out, add it to a playlist. No SOS intended, and we never ask for support back in between, guys. Never ask for support back. Guys can vote to land at 32, Gwen Soman at 13. Well, guys, today's date is March 23rd on the 2021 year. As we are approaching the final days almost for the end of the first quarter of 2021 already. It's a little more surprising. And that's going to be a ground to the right. And that's going to be an RBI double off the bat. Knife double by Jake Rogers for the 17 and 27 Tigers. And it's now 3-0 Tigers. Runner at second, 2 outs, top of the second. Holy cow, guys. Okay, guys, 12 hours ago. You guys also want to shout out, let me know in the live chat. Up next is Victor Reyes. He's 0 for 1. 3-0 Tigers, top of the second. Runner at second, excuse me. Game 1 in Seattle. Guys, to check out the 7th member explained for Justice League. I still have not seen Snyder Cut, guys, so I don't think I'm going to explore a whole lot from that. Let me double check this article. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not going to be 100%, so makes it 2 balls, no strikes. Because he's already given up 2 walks already. Microsoft renames Xbox Live to Xbox Network. Little bit alias, not bad of an alias, guys, but we'll check that. That's ball 3. Up next to bat is Jacoby Jones, batting 200. He's on deck. I think it's a little more significant name, guys. Let me check out this article in a second. The Boston of strike, Kikuchi from the Strats. And that's going to be ground ball to left. And that's going to be a base hit. And that's a single for the Tigers. One of the second goes to third. Okay, guys, according to Matt T. Kim from last night, Microsoft has officially renamed Xbox Live to Xbox Network, as the online Xbox experience will be updated to reflect this new name. I think it's an upgraded name instead of Xbox Live to Xbox Network, so people can see what the name is being changed for. That'll bring up Jacoby Jones, who will walk in the first time. First and third, 2 outs. But it was also recently reported by the Verge last night, today, guys, about this group. The bottom second strike. Last 5 games, had 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Now, Microsoft issued an official statement, guys, confirming that the name change Xbox Network, as it underlines and goes to the under, and that's a strikeout. 3 outs in total, and the inning is over. Get to that in a second. Go to bottom of the second inning. Game 1 in Seattle. Tigers 3, Mariners nothing. Leading off next for the Mariners will be Tim Lopes, batting 239, no homers, 14 ribbies. Here's the pitch by Myers from the stretch. That's going to be a pop-up close to the mound. Gets under it, makes the catch, first out for the Mariners. And it refers to the underlying, guys, of the Xbox service, which was updated to the Microsoft service agreement. Of a Microsoft spokesperson said in a statement to The Verge that the update from that is intended to distinguish the underlying service from the gold memberships of Xbox Live. So, you guys already know, you guys can makes that in the early 10s if you guys want to go after Xbox Live. But it will no longer be called that. It's going to be called Xbox Network. Up next to bat will be Mez Haniger. 262, 7 homers, 9th place in the American League with 30 RBIs. The ball's from strike, Myers from the stretch. And that's going to be a second strike at the bottom. Last game was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. But games through gold a little bit, guys. It's going to be a little bit obvious, too, so you guys can let me know in the live chat throughout this group of the comments this morning what you guys' thoughts on it. That's going to be a foul to home, second strike. Sign down, Myers from the stretch. I think it's going to be interesting how they're going to be able to change that from Xbox Live to Xbox Network. But the only other name that has the last name Network is WWE's app of WWE Network, as far as I know. And that's a strikeout. Second out for the Mariners for strikeout by Casey Mize. So let's see how that's going to level up. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, guys, sets record for the most watched series premiere on Disney+. My family did watch it downstairs over the weekend, so my point and I think we could watch it, but we'll see how that's going to go. The bottom, 1 strike. Brings up Tom Murphy. 265, 8 homers, 20 ribbies. So that's actually some good news for that, too. You guys already know that Loki is going to be premiering the same day as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart comes out, on June 11th. I did check out my days. They got approved, June 11th and 12th for Ratchet & Clank. Last 2 games had a double and 2 RBIs. And also Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, guys, for PS4 to PS5. And that's going to be a strikeout. Throws the first in time, and the inning is over. So yeah, I think it's exciting. And once we get to it, go to top of the third, game 1 in Seattle. Tigers 3, Mariners nothing. You guys let me know if there's any shoutouts if you'd like to bring in. Up next for the Tigers to be Samir Candelario. Grounded out in the first, 0 for 1. So yeah, I haven't seen the premiere yet, but we'll see how that's going to go. Here's what Justice League 2 and 3 would have been about. Let me double check that one real quick. Here's the pitch by Kikuchi up top, 1 strike. Let's call it on McAvila. No, thank you. First place with 31 RBIs, I would assume. Hold on, guys. No balls, 1 strike. Kikuchi from the stretch. To the right, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nintendo and Nintendo, guys, announced new partnership, starting with a Pikmin AR game. Well, I do know Pikmin is a good franchise. Let me try to clarify, guys, and see what we're looking at. So according to Matty Kim this morning, guys, between 2:15 to 8:14 last night, 2 balls, 1 strike. The stretch at the bottom, 2nd strike. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes in total on the live chat. According to Matt T. Kim, guys, the developers of Pokemon Go, guys, that's right, are teaming up again with Nintendo on more AR games based on Nintendo franchises, starting with Pikmin. I mean, I still think Pikmin is a good franchise coming out of Nintendo. Up next to bat, Johnson Scope, batting 213 is on deck, 3-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be a fly to center. And makes the catch in time defensively. 1 out for the Tigers. So we'll see how that's going to stand out. Keep on making the good influence. Now, Nintendo's blog post, guys, announced a new partnership between the AR developer and Nintendo, where the 2 companies will jointly develop mobile titles using the AR technology and Nintendo characters. Up next to bat, it's Johnson Scope to walk in the 2nd. Now the thing about the Pikmin game, guys, in this group, that sounds like the first of these joint partnership opportunities games, and the text says it'll be released later this year. I think after E3 would be obvious, depending if Nintendo Direct has something for it. That's going to be a ground to the left, and it'll be a base hit. That's a single for the Tigers. But I can't complain about Pikmin. The app will include gameplay activities to encourage walking and make walking more delightful, as Nintendo says in a blog post. Up top, 1 ball, no strike. That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera, the one and only, 1 for 1. 1 at first with 1 out. So, this will be the first title created by Tokyo Studio, guys, since it was established in April of 2018. Has 17 seasons, 478 home runs. So I think it could be a little something that's good for Pikmin, and whatever Nintendo Direct decides to have something to go for. Let's see what else we have this morning. Guys, to check out a video of how Zack Snyder restored the Heart of Justice League. We also have Microsoft reportedly is in talks at this point, guys, this week. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's going to be a ground to the 1st. Throws the 2nd. Throws the 1st in time. Double play. Side is retired. Tigers leave 1. Go to bottom of the 3rd inning. Tigers 3. Mariners nothing. Due up for the Mariners will be Tyler Tramwell. Almost 7 ribbies. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Mize. At the bottom, 1 ball, no strike. Last game was 0 for 3 of a walk. So we'll see how that's not going to complain. So the thing about this one, guys, is it's going to be in talks to purchase Discord, guys. One of the apps I do have, and that's going to be a ground to the left. Gets a 2nd spot again. And that's going to be a base hit. And that's a double for the Mariners. So a double by Taylor Tramwell for the 21 and 25 Mariners this morning. So yeah, guess how much they're going to be purchasing, guys, for Discord? Over $10 billion. Which I think it's going to be a good surprise. Back to the lineup, here comes Dylan Moore. 0 for 1 for grounder in the 1st. Runner at 2nd, nobody out. I don't think it's going to be big a losing, guys. I don't think so. I mean, Discord is a good app, too. Between mobile devices. To the left, 1 ball, no strike. Was in the free agency back in 2018. But yeah, that's a lot of money for Discord. to go to Microsoft. I mean, I'm usually on Discord for at a normal time if I see what's going on with that. So we'll see. I mean, I think it'll be not bad of a fit. See how that's going to be going. And that's going to be a grounded line drive from center field. And that'll be an RBI double. Double for the Mariners. Double by Dylan Moore for the 21 and 25 Mariners, and it's now 3-1 Tigers. Runner at second, nobody out. Game 1 in Seattle. Guys, let's check out the best game audio money. I combined with a high-end gaming headset. It'll be a little something. Guys, let's check out a Pioneers of Out of Town review. If you guys have an opportunity. Sign down, here's the pitch. At the bottom, 1 strike. It'll bring up JP Moore, 1 for 1 for double in the first. 3-1 Tigers, runner at second, 0 outs. Game 1 in Seattle. The ball's 1 strike. Up top, second strike. Second place with also 47 hits. Story of seasons. You guys can get a little extra potential out of it. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be a fly to left. Second strike on the board. 0-2. And that's going to be a pop-up close to home. Makes the catch. 1 out for the Mariners. Runner will hold at second. And one last article, guys. New Nintendo Switch model is reportedly aiming for a holiday release at potentially a higher price. That'll bring up Kyle Lewis, 0 for 1 for line out in the first. Runner at second with 1 out. Here's the pitch by Myers from the stretch. That's going to be fair ball to right center field. And that'll be an RBI single. Single for the Mariners. And it's now 3-2 Tigers. Bottom of the third, 1 out. Runner at first. Game 1 in Seattle. So we'll see how that's going to price range a whole lot. Between 50 to the 100s column. Between the new model. 3-2 Tigers. Runner at first, 1 out. Game 1 in Seattle. That'll bring up Kyle Seeger. At the bottom, 1 ball, no strike. He had a walk in the first inning. We're going to try to refresh in the memory again, guys. Let me double check again. 1 ball, no strike from the stretch. And that's going to be grounded to first. When the first goes to second, gets the first base. Out number 2 for the Mariners. When the first goes to second. Up next to bat with Ty France. 0 for 1 for liner in the first. Okay, guys, one last article we'll look at in a second. Runner at second, 2 outs. It's the pitch by Myers from the stretch. Outside to the left, 1 ball, no strike. It's acquired by the Padres of the season. So guys, have seen Steven Spielberg tap Seth Rogen to play his favorite uncle in the upcoming movie. Let me see how that's going to be spelled out. Hold up a minute. And that's going to be a foul to left. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is a foul ball.
That's a long article, no thanks. See how that's going to drive something in. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be a ground to the first. Picks it up, gets the first in time defensively, and the inning is over. We played 3 innings today, guys. Go to the top of the 4th. Game 1, Seattle. Tigers 3, and Mariners 2. So we'll see what happens at the after party today. See how that's going to have a good mixed bag. You guys can see yourselves news. Guys will get more news maybe tonight if I do Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If not, you guys will have that in the morning tomorrow. See how that's really going to expand and help us out. But, you know, I'm actually liking doing IZN News on my laptop. I think it's good and much better so I don't have to keep on going a little up and down between my phone. But, you know, it's good from the stretch, though. Then up next for the Tigers will be Seeger Kwan. He's 1 for 1. At the bottom, 1 strike. Royals 6, Dodgers 3 in Kansas City. No ball, 1 strike. At the bottom, 1 ball, 1 strike. Seeger Kwan's 1 for 1. And that's going to be a fly to left to mid-left center field. Gets under it defensively. Waiting for it, makes the catch. 1 out for the Tigers. Of course, I do know that the temperature is going to be good today, too. Let's get up to 70. He got Seeger good run. He's all for 1 for Reyes on an arrow in the second. Now 28 on his jersey. Gets a sign up. Makes contact. Pitch by Kikuchi up top, 1 strike. First place, also with 14 doubles. I think for the first time today at the bowling alley tonight, guys, I'm gonna bring my laptop, see how it's going to go. Because my opponent wants to see it. But I do know, guys, my opponent's the only one that can touch it. But I don't want anybody's ass out there to check it out. But they can just see what's going on. So we'll see how that's going to go. To the left, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So I think we might be okay as long as we know what we're doing. And keep that in the mix. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kikuchi from the struts. And that's going to be a ground to the center. And that'll be a bit of a line drive. And that'll be a base hit. And that's a double for the Tigers. We have to say is, guys, holy cow, no bends from the earth.
That's 10 hits in this game between the two.
And it usually can be 2, guys, coming out of the bag. So we should be fine without any less construction. Keeps a little more out of control. Here comes Harold Castro. He's 0 for 1 for grounder in the second. By the way, second, 1 out. Cross to the middle, 1 strike. You guys have any other questions? Let me know in the live chat throughout the group this morning. So let's keep rocking. I see, guys, we got about 3 likes. Keep going in the live chat this morning. My ass has been up since a little after 5:15. And that's going to be a grounder to second. Picks up defensively, throws the first. Out number 2 for the Tigers. Running second, goes to third. Up next to bat will be the catcher, Jake Rogers. 1 for 1 for double and an RBI. Runner at third, 2 outs. Gets a sign down, Kikuchi from the stretch. In the bottom left angle, 1 strike.
Rogers, just 24 years of age. He's in his rookie year here at the big league level.
And there we go, get a message there. Gets a sign down. Kikuchi from the stretch with a strike. At the bottom, second strike. Well, Jake Rogers is 1 for 1 this morning, guys, throughout the script. Or it's like it might be on a different cell or something. No balls, 2 strikes. Kikuchi from the stretch. And that's going to be a crowd to the left. And it'll be an RBI single. Single for the Tigers. And it's now 4-2 Tigers. Top of the 4th. Runner at first. 2 outs. Game 1 in Seattle. Might be a little practice for this afternoon for Sir. So that's going to bring him. 4-2 Tigers. Runner at first. 2 outs. Game 1 in Seattle. That'll bring up Victor Reyes. Makes a strike. 1 for 2. A single in the second inning. Runner at first. 2 outs. Does have number 22 on the jersey. Gets a sign down. No balls, 1 strike. Kikuchi from the stretch. To the left, 1 ball, 1 strike. If you guys have any other questions, like say any shoutouts you want me to give, let me know in the live chat. So we can build a good bond and keep the stuff under control with love, support, and respect throughout great content. And the live chat as well, and see how that's going to be balanced. It should be okay. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Kikuchi. Up top, 1 and 2. Makes a 1 ball, 2 strikes off the bat. Let me get the notification bar out of there. To the left, 2 and 2. Like I said, good shout out to Sunshine Cooper. Got some Tech Her out inside the group. 2 and 2 from the stretch. And that's going to be, that's ball 3, 3 and 2. So far today, Kikuchi has given up 2 walks, I would assume. 3 and 2, 3 balls, 2 strikes from the stretch. And that's going to be a fly to right. We're going to get there, makes a good catch, and the inning is over. So we're going to try to refresh the memory in a second. Go to bottom of the 4th. Game 1 in Seattle. Tigers 4, Mariners 2. Due up next for the Mariners. The sixth batting position will be Tim Lopes. He's 0 for 1 for pop out in the second. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Myers. Any pitches we're going to keep together. To the left, 1 ball, no strike. It's quite a free agency back in 2019. At the bottom, 1 strike. Going to refresh the live chat on my laptop. See how that's going to bring mix. Not as much. Not as much. Keep going to the live chat, guys, to wrap this group. Now, as I said, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the stretch. And at the bottom, 2 balls, 1 strike. But we should be happily good to go as long as we keep moving where we're heading to. 2-1 by Myers from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground to the first. Picks it up. Gets the first base in time. 1 out for the Mariners. That'll bring up Mitch Haniger. Struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Keep it locked first timers or something. Because it could be. To the right, 1 ball, no strike. Third place also with 30 RBIs. Serving in. Gets a sign down. Myers from the stretch. 1 ball, no strike. Up top, 1 strike. Red Sox 11. Rangers 3 in Texas. 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers from the stretch. And that's going to be a second strike. 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the stretch. And that's a strikeout. White Sox 2, Blue Jays 2 in Chicago. Second out for the Mariners. Third strikeout by Casey Myers. Holy cow, guys. Keeps a little more inside the sport. Keeps a little more inside the stool. Because it can be not of a little more observation. Up next to bat with Tom Murphy. 0 for 1 for strikeout in the second. Astros 6, Yankees 1 in Houston. And that's going to be a ground ball. Center field skip from second. That'll be a base hit. And that's a single for the Mariners.
That's just what you want to do. Keep the pressure on. He's given up a couple of runs early already in this game, and now he gives up the 2-out single.
Yeah, no chance right there. You want to make this guy.
Hold on a second, guys.
And if 2-out knocks are the answer, and so be it.
That'll bring up Tyler Trambo. He's 1 for 1 for double and a run. Runner first with 2 outs. At the bottom, no strike.
Too low for ball 1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate.
Okay, there we go, guys. Keep inside the book this morning. 1 ball, no strike. At the bottom, 1 strike. Last 9 games had 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. We still got about 3 likes on the live chat this morning, guys. Keep putting those thumbs up in the live chat throughout this group. Shout us out, tweet it out, add it to a playlist. So we can have good consideration. That's going to be a shot to the gap to center field. Gets a little more of a mixed bag, and that'll be a base hit. And that's a double for the Mariners. But our first goes to third. Holy cow, guys. Mets 9, Pirates 4 in New York City. A little bit liner and sort a little bit. Here comes Dylan Moore, 1 for 2 for double, RBI and had a run. To the left, 1 strike. Second and third, 2 outs. Brewers 5, Reds 2 in Cincinnati. It's a strike. The ball's 1 strike off the bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Myers. Second strike off the bat. Nationals 8, D-backs 5 in Arizona. As it now to 217 with RISP. A little bit flattered, but keeps the numbers on the jersey. Cubs 2, Padres nothing in San Diego. The ball's 2 strikes, and that ball is low. It's a 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners will hold second and third. 1 and 2. 2 and 2 from the stretch. Braves 8, Giants nothing in San Francisco. 2 and 2 by Myers. That's going to be a fly to right. We're going to get under a little bit more, and almost had it, and it's gone. 3-1 homer by Dylan Moore, guys. Number 19 of the season. Holy crap, guys. 339 feet, 94.3 miles per hour, exit velocity. Dylan Moore with 19th homer of the season is a biggie. 3-run shot to deep right center field. And it's now 5-4 Mariners, I think. Game 1 in Seattle with 2 outs. Look at it, a live set, guys. Wow. So that's more than that as they usually can. And then that's what it could be. 5-4 Mariners, bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. Game 1 Seattle. It'll bring up J.P. Crawford. He's out 1 for 2. Pitch in the middle, 1 strike by Mize. Had a double in the first inning. Holy cow, guys. Wow. Can't get much sweeter than that, but keeps a little more better off and on. No balls, 1 strike. From the stretch. It's going to be a foul to right. 2nd strike. Caught by the Phillies in 2018. No balls, 2 strikes. From the stretch. And that's going to be a foul to right. 2nd strike. No balls, 2 strikes intended so far. From the stretch by Mize. Here's the pitch. Same spot again. 2nd strike. Still no balls, 2 strikes to carry.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch.
Birds are tweaking a little bit, and that's going to be a ground ball to 2nd. Throws the first in time, and the side is retired. Here's still more, guys. Third baseman number 25 off the bat. Here's a deep right center field of a 3-run shot of a homer. It's gone. Goodbye. Take me to the moon, Alice, for a little more instruction. Go to top of the 5th. Game 1 Seattle. Mariners 5, Tigers 4. Do well for the Tigers, but Jacoby Jones had a walk in the first inning, 0 for 1. Gets a sign down. Kikuchi from the stretch. Close to the bottom, 1 strike. Of a little savvy of Raxon. Became the 3-round pick in the 2013 draft. No balls, 1 strike. From the stretch. To the right, 1 ball, 1 strike off the bat. It's like one man goes to the other. He can wait a little bit. Now today in the bullpen for the 21 and 25 Mariners, you have a lefty and a righty. Orioles 8, Reyes 4 in Tampa. 1 ball, 1 strike from the stretch. Up top, 1 and 2. I'm also trying to make a little settlement too for a deal, if I can. So we can keep a little heart pumping. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the stretch. And that's going to be a foul to right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I did watch a little bit of Monday Night Raw last night, guys. It wasn't too bad. So I just thought it was a little more good than it usually was before. But it usually is. I'm not sure if Leon watched it or not. I think he did. But it's going to be a little more understandable where that's been going. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets a sign down. Kikuchi from the stretch.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
And that's going to be a fly ball to right center field. And that'll be a base hit. That's a single for the Tigers. You can't get much closer than that, guys. As far as running egg and Tubitat, Tubitat's not going to be live till Friday. So we're good at this point. Running egg will be tomorrow. That'll bring up Zamir Candelario, number 46. Phone out, grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Runner at first, nobody out. But we'll be trying to clarify a bit more. See how that's going to go. Here's the pitch by Kikuchi. In the bottom left angle, 1 strike.
4 runs, 8 hits, and no.
So I can get this one person off the bat and keeps a little more sweats going. No balls, 1 strike. Up on the upper left, 1 ball, 1 strike. Keeps his heart pumping a little bit. Check out his video in second. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-1. Kikuchi from the stretch. And that's going to be a grounder to second. Throws to second. Throws the first in time. Double play. Out number 2 for the Tigers. Holy cow, guys. It's an excellent twist. I'm gonna put a couple of comments for this guy here. I'm gonna put stay connected in between. There we go. That's all like my profile pick, and that's the Seeger, Icon Sting. Redbirds 11, Phillies 4 in Philadelphia.
So bases are empty here with 2
Batting next will be Jonathan Scope. Had a run, singled, 1 for 1. Well, we'll see what happens at the after party today. Pittsburgh Kikuchi. At the bottom right ankle, 1 strike. Son out of Kurato or something. I don't think it's hard to pronounce between the next few steps. At the bottom, 1 ball, 1 strike. Marlins 6, Rockies 4 in Miami. Yeah, Jubicat's going to be live back on the 28th. Or it might be before then. And that's going to be a fly to center. And it'll get down a little bit more. And that'll be a base hit. And that's a single for the Tigers. Leverage and keeps a little more inside the Capats. Between. Good stuff to add for it. Oh man. I may be tired, but I'm okay. Here comes the 1-0 Miguel Cabrera, 1 for 2. Right out first, 2 outs. Nationals 11, D-back 7 in Arizona. To the left, 1 ball, no strike. Any of that can be a little bit compend. Between that we could. Between the next few. I also want to deliver a setup to 2 Pineapples. How you doing? Check out that channel. A little more elusive, but it's good in general. 1 ball, 1 strike. 70 seasons for 2,825 hits. From the stretch, here's the Pittsburgh Kikuchi. And that's going to be a fly to right. And makes the catch in time, and the side is retired.
1 left for Detroit. And the deficit holds.
Go to bottom of the 5th inning, guys. Game 1, Seattle. Mariners 5, Tigers 4. Leading off next to hit for the Mariners will be Kyle Lewis. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a single. Hold on, let me get the other comment here. Gets the sign down. Myers nods his head. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul to left. 1 strike. West Virginia's had 2 homers and 5 ribbies. No balls, 1 strike. To the right, 2nd strike. So I guess nothing comes out of key between any other stuff. That should be fine. 0-2. That's gonna be a ground ball to 2nd. Picks it up in time, throws to first. First out for the Mariners. Gets a little more inside, regardless. That'll bring up Kyle Seeger. Had a walk in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 1. Gets signed down. Myers from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Up in the upper left, 1 strike. This game was 2 for 5 with 2 singles. 0-1 by Myers from the stretch. It's going to be a foul to home, 2nd strike. Gives a little hard pumping a little bit. No balls, 2 strikes. From the stretch. Outside, 1 and 2. First ball with 2 strikes.
Man, a pitcher let the guy off easy right there.
Let's see.
I'd rate that as a non-competitive.
Can add a little bit more behind the beginning. Gets signed down. Myers from the stretch. 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he struck him out. 2nd out for the Mariners. 1 strikeout by Casey Myers.
The swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Okay, there we go, guys. Keep a little more in the projection area. See what that leads off. Here comes Ty France. He's 0 for 2. Pitched by Myers from the stretch. At the middle, 1 strike. 0 for 2 for line out and a ground out.
For this guy in this one so far.
And there we go. See how that's going to help us out and fit. No balls, 1 strike. From the stretch. At the bottom, 2nd strike. In the 34th round pick in the 2015 draft. From the stretch, no balls, 2 strikes. By Myers. It's going to be a grounder to right. And that will be a base hit. That's a single for the Mariners. With my left ear again, there we go. Keep it wide and short. It's a little more attractive. Maybe a bit more normal. Let's try to breathe a little bit when it has a different opportunity. Up next to bat will be Tim Lopes. Tim Lopes, excuse me. He's 0 for 2 for a line out and a strikeout or line out, I would assume. Run at first, 2 outs. Gets a sign down. Pitched by Myers. The bottom, 1 strike. Last 2 games had a triple with 4 RBIs. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be a fly ball to right center field. Makes the catch in time defensively, and the inning is over. We play 5 innings today, guys. Go to the top of the 6th of the live chat of the group. Game 1, Seattle. Mariners 5, Tigers 4. And pitching for the 21 and 25 Mariners will be Brandon Brennan. 2 Bs under it. 18th game appearance. 1 save from the 8.80 around Evans. And batting for the Tigers next will be CJ Cron, number 26. Had an RBI run single, 1 for 2. Gets a sign down a little bit. First pitch by Branyan from the stretch. And up top, 1 ball, no strike. Last 4 games had 2 runs scored. Okay. Keep a little more inside the theory. Nationals 12, D-backs 7, and Arizona. Makes it 2 balls, no strike off the bat so far this morning. I'll also be popping in the sour in a little after I'm done with this, so we can keep that in the mix. A little bit more, keep the pumping going. 2 balls, no strike. That's going to be a foul to left, 1 strike. Braves 8, Giants nothing in San Francisco. Hold on a second here, guys. 2-1 up top, 2-2. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes off the bat. Gets a sign down. Branyan from the stretch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And up top, that's a strikeout. 1 out for the Tigers. Get this high pump in a little bit. Hold on, guys. Let me double check in a second. Here comes Nico Goodrum. Had a run and doubled, 1 for 2. Give him a little more of an inside scoop this morning, guys. Throughout this group, loves the point of respect. Outside, 1 ball, no strike. Has a 4-game hit streak. Get in the mix a little bit. A little more stretch. 1 ball, no strike. Close to the bottom, 1 strike between the middle, I would assume. So at the moment, in the bullpen for the 21 and 25 Mariners, you have Jason Bradford and Aaron Fletcher. Different names. The ones you see on the mound between any other team. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up top, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nico Goodrum's 1 for 2 today, guys, in the group this morning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brandon from the stretch. At the bottom, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes at the bottom. 80 miles per hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Branyan from the stretch. To the left, 3-2. Up next to bat on deck will be Harold Castro, batting .241. He is on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Branyan from the stretch. And that's going to be a line shot to center field. And that'll be a base hit. That's a single for the Tigers. Heads up, guys. It's like anybody can try or try not to hold the phone for a minute in the group. Up next to bat will be Harold Castro. He's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, I would assume. On the upper right, 1 strike. Now 2 groundouts. Right at first, 1 out. Puts a glove up, sets the target. No balls, 1 strike. Branyan from the stretch. And at the bottom, 1 ball, 1 strike. Second place with average of .241. Off the organizing for sir. Hold up a minute, there we go. Running row hold at first, guys. There we go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brennan from the stretch. That's going to be a fly to left, I would assume. And it'll get down to mid-left, and that'll be a base hit. Single for the Tigers. Runner first goes to second. Holy cow, guys. Keep a little more inside the play. It's a little more stretched and gets a little more not confusing. Here comes catcher Jake Rogers. 2 RBIs, single, double, 2 for 2. First and second, 1 out. There we go, guys. Keep a little more. 1 ball, no strike. Brennan with the sign down. Here's the pitch from the stretch. Outside of the right, 2 balls, no strike. So now it's a 136 with RISP.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away.
Well, I can see a little something back there. Up top, 2 and 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. A little inside the mix a little bit. Hold on, I'll bring back the live set in a second. At the bottom, 2 and 2. Zach Rogers 2 for 2, guys, between this mix. Okay, there we go, guys. 2 balls, 2 strikes from the stretch. And at the bottom, that's a strikeout. Second out for the Tigers. First and second will hold.
One of the toughest calls for an umpire to make. The check swing appeal. Hitters rarely.
I mean, that's high pumping. Okay, there we go. Here comes Victor Reyes, 1 for 3 for single in the second inning.
It's hard to say for sure that he didn't go around.
Runner at first and second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Brennan. Close to the bottom, 1 strike.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently,
We'll make sure it gets more in the mix a little bit. 0-1 on the outside of the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. The least I can do a little more good tabs on my laptop so I can see what's going on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bunyan from the stretch up top, 1 and 2. There's a 1 ball, 2 strikes in the live chat this morning in the group. So get about 3 likes. Keep going to the live chat this morning. Keeps a little more inside of its excitement. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brennan from the stretch. That's going to be a foul to home, 1 and 2. Any of that can go a little bit inside or outside smoothly, I would assume. Up top, 2 and 2. It's a little more feeling. Stiff. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's a strikeout. 3rd out recorded. Inning is over. Go to Bob in the 6th inning. Game 1 in Seattle, guys, of the group of today, this morning. Mariners 5, Tigers 4. Leading off for the Mariners will be Mets Haniger. Outs. Here's Seindel, Myers from the stretch. Here's the pitch. At the bottom angle, 1 ball, no strike intended. First round pick in the 2012 draft. Myers from the stretch, 1 ball, no strike. That's going to be a foul to right, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike off the bat. To the left, 2 balls, 1 strike. Okay, on and off vertical tabs. Okay, that's nice. 2 balls, 1 strike. Myers from the stretch. And that's going to be a foul to left. 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes off the Cats. The board. Here's the pitch by Myers. And that's going to be a foul to left. Same spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outside standard. Back impulsive. And that's going to be a grounder to second. Skips onto it. That'll be a base hit. And that's a single for the Mariners. When we look at this, guys, the double check. I know. Oh, that's a good birthday. Very nice. One of my good old friends works at a bank. You know, used to work for it between Wood Forest, but, you know, I've known it for a while since I started Walmart. It'd be a grounder to left, I would think. Throws the first. Second throws the first. Double play. 2 outs for the Mariners. Anytime we see a guy has a double play in the live chat, you don't see it coming, or it comes a little more that people don't think when it's coming. Gonna bring up trade Trimbrell, 2 for 2. Gets a sign down, lies from the stretch. At the ball, 1 ball, no strike. That's a game's had 2 doubles with 6 ribbies driven in.
Here it comes.
1 ball, no strike. And that's going to be a foul to left. 1 ball, 1 strike between Stason. Switching in between. There we go. So I can get a bit more comfortable. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up top, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, he's had a good game at the plate so far.
Taylor Tremble, guys, is 2 for 2.
You want to work around him if you're on the mound. Pitch him smart.
Athletics 6, Angels 1, Los Angeles. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lies from the stretch. And at the bottom, 3 balls, 1 strike equal. Up next to that with Dylan Moore, 294, 19 homers, 39 ribbies. He's on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike from the stretch. That's going to be a ground ball to home. Throws the first in time, and the inning is over.
Mariners go down quietly there. They hold on.
We go to top of the 7th, guys. Game 1 Seattle. Mariners 5, Tigers 4.
Jason Bradford is on to pitch from the bullpen.
And pitching for the 21 and 25 Mariners will be Jason Bradford. 22 game of the season with 1-2-1 loss record. Leading off next for the Tigers will be Jacoby Jones. 1 for 2 with a single in the 5th inning. Gets a sign up for the lineup. First pitch by Bradford. That's going to be at the middle. Have a slider, makes it 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be a fly to center.
Lewis waits on it.
Looks under it, makes the catch. 1 out for the Tigers. High pumping a little bit. No composer. Here comes Emil Candelario. Grounder in the 5th, 0 for 3. You guys let me know if you guys want to shout out in the live chat this morning to Running Egg and Tuba Chat. You can try to expand something a little bit if you'd like. Makes a 1, no balls, 1 strike. Emil Candelario's 0 for 3 in the live chat this morning. Keeps us high pumping. No balls, 1 strike. Bradford from the stretch. And that's going to be a line shot to right. Gets onto it, makes a good catch. Out number 2 for the Tigers. Nationals 12, D-backs 7 in Arizona. No guilt trap intended. To one of the fields back here and gets a little more status for sure. Comes down to some scope. Had a run, 2 singles, 2 for 2. Gets the lineup from the stretch. Here's the pitch by Bradford. And up top, 1 strike. Excuse me, guys. Had a little something inside of my throat. The ball's 1 strike. At the bottom right angle, 1 ball, 1 strike. Equals 1-1. Gets a sign down, 1-1 from the stretch. And that's going to be a fly to right. 2nd strike on the board. On the bottom right of the screen of the live chat today. 1-2. 2-2 up top. 2 balls, 2 strikes up top a little bit more. And that's going to be a ground ball to the 3rd. Picks it up. Throws the first in time. Side is retired.
Down in order go the Tigers, and the deficit.
Go to bottom of the 7th, game 1 in Seattle, excuse me, guys. Mariners 5, Tigers 4. And I think there will be a different pitcher this time. Be a different pitcher coming in the board. As it will be coming in. Pitching for the 17 and 27 Tigers will be Gilgitson Moreno. Moreno, 8th game appearance of 1-1 record. With a 5.84 all-round average. Was pitched by Moreno from the stretch. Foul to left in the middle. Makes a 1 strike. Dylan Moore's 2 for 3. The ball's 1 strike. That's going to be a fly to center. Gets onto it, makes a catch. 1 out for the Mariners. That says good balance, good well key. Between the structure that does not give up that quite painful or anything. Well, at least not too harmful for sure. You guys have the idea between all the cats for sure.
One away for
Gets a good
Seattle now
feeling.
in inning number
Here comes
7.
AP Crawford,
Brings
double in the
up
first inning,
shortstop
1 for 3.
Crawford.
From the stretch, here's the
There it
pitch.
is. Now
That's going to
swing
be
and
a
fly ball.
pop-up to right, to foul, and
No
that's
one will
foul.
track it down.
Makes it 1 strike on the board.
Bases are empty, 1 man out.
And that's going to be a foul to right, second strike.
That's a foul ball.
The ball's 2 strikes from the stretch.
Another
Foul to
one
home,
sent
second
foul.
strike. Keeps competitive with no balls and 2 strikes intended. Set up the things 08, check him out. One of the nicest out here. He's a big RPG since I was a kid.
Fouled off.
It's most understand throughout this group the running egg into the chat. But I've been with RPGs for a long time, right down in my alley.
Liner
That's gonna be a line drive to center, and that's a base hit. That's a single for the Mariners. Blue Jays 4, White Sox 2 in Chicago. Playing a couple of good states to look at as well. Yeah, pretty much. Here comes Kyle Lewis, 1 for 3, with a single and an RBI. Outside the left, 1 ball, no strike. Yeah, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a single. Right on first, with 1 out. Sign down a little bit from the stretch. Inside the signal, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 and 1. It's going to be a grounder to right, center field. And that's a base hit. That's a single for the Mariners. Runner first goes to second.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time, it's about 150 ABs.
At least nobody else can be choked out a little bit either. It'll bring up next Kyle Seeger. At the bottom, 1 strike. He's 0 for 2 for walk in the first inning. First and second, 1 out.
And he continues to hit line drives.
It's a glove up and a wind up from the stretch. Outside to the right, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 and 1 from the stretch by Morno. That's ball 2. 2-1, 2 and 1. 2 balls, 1 strike in the live chat today.
He's not used to getting hit around.
It's a little more elusive, a little extra control. Keeps it designed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Up top, 3 and 1. Makes it 3 balls, 1 strike. Coming to bat next will be Ty France. 313, 5 homers, 16 ribbies. He's on deck. Yeah, I'll look at that other video in a second by Low Chronos. He's actually been back for the last couple months, finally. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. We're going to get it close by. Makes a good catch. Second out for the Mariners. One of second goes back to first. One of second goes to third. Anything outstanding, guys? You can't get there too quick, or you can smell where the ball's getting to. Here comes Ty France. Single in the 5th inning, 1 for 3. First and third, 2 outs. Gets signed down. 1-0 from the stretch. At the bottom, 1 ball, no strike. It's announced at 2:06 with SP. Excuse me. Oh boy. Got a bit of a laugh out of that. From the stretch, outside, inside the left, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Mono. At the bottom, 2 balls, 1 strike. Also, my love and I had a good time after, Seeger got off at 5 and, kept it going a little bit. That's going to be a pop-up to right. But Hodai did have a good romantic time afterwards. Valtteri to the right makes the catch, and the inning is over. At the top of the 8th, game 1 in Seattle, guys. This morning, Mariners 5, Tigers 4. Pitching for the 21-25 Mariners will be Yosisia Moreno. 19th game appearance for 1-5 for loss record, 5 saves, .844 earned average. And batting for the Tigers will be the one and only Miguel Cabrera. 1 for 3 for a run and a single.
All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Gets signed down for spits by Moreno. Outside, 1 ball, no strike. Today's attendance, guys, 30,158. Queen. Keep this more pumping and bounding, I would assume. 1 ball, no strike. Up top, close to the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike off the bat. Gets signed down. 1 ball, 1 strike. And at the bottom, 1 and 2. You can't get there too quick, guys, if it's out of range. 1 ball, 2 strikes, excuse me. Up top, 2 and 2. It's like if it's way down, if no one can swing at it, you know. And that's going to be a pop-up to right. Foul territory to begin with. Makes the catch. So it's down for the Tigers. But you know what they say. You can't get there too quick. As it should be. Here comes CJ Cron. Number 26, 1 for 3 from RBI, run, and a single. Pitch by Moreno. At the bottom, 1 strike. Check out this video real quick. Between 44-02. On the upper, 1 ball, 1 strike. Would have been a strike, but does get a bit of a theory. Who it's belonging to.
Yeah, Matty, there's not too many guys in their mid to late.
You guys let me know if you guys want a shout out on the live chat this morning. So we can jump in a high gear. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside to the right, 2 balls, 1 strike on the board. Shout out to Ninja Warrior, you guys can check him out. He's part of Ball Girls group with us. Up top, 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At the bottom right of your screen in the live chat today. Gets a sign down, 2 and 2. And that's a strikeout. To the right. Out number 2 for the Tigers. Clean, good formation. Just a little more inside the deep. He got single, good from guys. 2 for 3 for double. Singled and had a run. Here's the pitch by Moreno from the stretch. Goes to the bottom left. Middle to the left, excuse me. Makes it 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. At the bottom, 1 ball, 1 strike. To the right a little bit, 1 ball, 2 strikes in total. It's a little more magnificent. That will be interesting there. From the stretch, 1 ball, 2 strikes by Moreno. Outside to the right a bit more, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Any part of that gets leverage. Foul to home base, that's 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the live chat this morning. And at the bottom, makes it 3-2. What's up, Tuber? Good morning, buddy. Happy Tuesday. How you doing? 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's a strikeout. 3rd out recorded, and the inning is over. How about you, buddy? To the bottom of the 8th inning, Game 1 in Seattle. Commanders 5, Tigers 4. But it is good to see you, Tuber. How you been this morning? Leading off for the Mariners will be Tim Lopes. 0 for 3 for flyout in the 5th. As Mono is a little more tired. Somebody else be able to pitch. As there will be coming in with the pitching grid. Pitching for the 17-27 Tigers will be Zoran Zimmerman. 9th game appearance, 1-1, 1 loss record, 1 save. The 6.43 around average, 1 walk, and 11 strikeouts.
Always good. Living the dream.
I'm doing good. I'm tired every morning, but I'm okay. Was pitched by Zimmerman. The bottom, 1 ball, 1 strike. But you know what they say, Tuber? Funny Egg calls me the awesome commentator, and I really am. Because my content's been pretty good. The bottom, 2 balls, no strike. But how's work going for you? 2 balls, no strike. From the stretch. That'll be a foul to home. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Pitch on the way.
And that's going to be up top. That's going to be a fly to left. Gets under it, makes the catch. First down for the Mariners. You know what they say, guys? With great power comes great responsibility. With knowledge, love, support, and respect. And in this group. As good as we can get it. By the way, guys, the highest moderators again. 143 in the live chat as we speak. To the left, 1 strike. To 3 days per week, yep. Oh, that's good. I never mind the others on the live chat as good as possible for you, Tuber. They go live Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, is that correct? It's between those 4 days. Hager's 1 for 3.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
The ball's 1 strike from the stretch. That's going to be a foul to right. Second strike.
Foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now.
The ball's 2 strikes from the stretch. Here's the pitch by Zimmerman.
Swing.
And that's going to be a strikeout.
Rogers finds it.
Picks it up.
And he makes the throw.
Picks it up. Throws the first. Second out for the Mariners.
Side aim on.
Exactly right.
Now at the plate, Tom Murphy. He's got a hit in.
Then they'll bring up Tom Murphy. Had a run, singled, 1 for 3. Beyond the plate. It's signed down. Zimmerman from the stretch. Up the bottom, 1 strike. But other than that, my highest strike's still the same, guys, throughout this group. 29. Top 2 views is 95, and the most of all time is 113. And that's a good important thing. 1 ball, 1 strike from the stretch. And that's going to be a ground to the left. And that's a base hit. That's a single for the Mariners. So like I said, guys, the plan for today, well, I'm going to be picked up to go to bowling alley in a few more hours. I think for the first time today, I could bring my laptop and bring my charger with me, just in case. But we'll see. So that's going to bring to the belongings. This time is a ground ball to center. Better line drive going forward. And that's a base hit. And that's a double for the Mariners. They've doubled by Taylor Tramble to the 21 and 25 Mariners today. So what I'm doing, guys, is reading IZN News. Not through my phone this time, but on my laptop as good as I can. When I'm doing an episode on something. But it's good. That way I can have a little more of a look, instead of looking inside my phone on and off a little bit. Then I'll bring up Dylan Moore. Had a double, homered, 4 RBIs, 2 for 4. 21 and 25 Mariners, we can stretch a little bit. Second and third, 2 outs. So pitch by Zimmerman from the stretch. At the bottom, 1 strike. Between left to right angle, or left to right. I do know for a fact that temperature is going to be good too. I cannot say the least, guys, as it should be. No ball, 1 strike from the stretch. At the bottom, 1. I think we might be okay between the standard. So. And as far as running goes, most of us already know in the live chat today, guys, with love, support, and respect, that he goes live almost 24/7. I normally do the same thing as the awesome commentator. I never set up between comments. I am loyal, love, respecting, looking at anything you guys want me to see. That's always something to look at. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be a grounder to center field again. Heads up, guys. And that'll be, guys, an RBI, 2 RBI double. That's a double for the Mariners. 13 double by Dylan Moore for the 21 and 25 Mariners. And it's now 7-4 Mariners. Game 1 in Seattle. Holy cow. Heads up, guys, between the two things back to back. 7-4 Mariners. Run with second, 2 outs. Game 1 Seattle. Brings up J.P. Crawford. 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Run with second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Zimmerman. It's going to be a foul to left, 1 strike. Excuse me. So now it's a 208 with ISP. I'll look at the message in my phone in a second. That's going to be a pop-up to left. Gets under it, makes a very good catch defensively for the dive. And the side is retired. Look at it again, guys. Gonna put top of the knife, stretch out, guys, and stretch out, guys, get a little something to drink. Game 1 Detroit. Actually, Game 1 Seattle, excuse me. Mariners 7, Tigers 4. Pitching for the 21 and 25 Mariners will be Johan Ramirez. 22nd game of the season. 4.85 earned average. Then he also for the Tigers will be Harold Castro. 1 for 3 for single in the 6th inning. But at least I'm not walking to the bowling alley this time, because my fucking feet would be tired. I'm telling you. But that's what this group's all about, guys. Knowledge is always the power to do something you want to do. I mean, it's what is the only top 2 keys you want to do with your channel? Anything that's good, obvious, views, and beliefs. All you have to do is think of some good strategies, think of some good tips and tricks of what you can do on your channel in this group. That's the only way we can get to. And that's going to be a foul to left, 2 balls, 1 strike. But other than that, guys, with banners, thumbnails, any way you guys can do something with your channel. People will look after it, put some good comments about the video that you can do. With great power comes great responsibility, and give the good advice you can get. And that's going to be a pop-up to left. To left center field from third. Makes the catch defensively, 1 out for the Tigers. But it's always something to note, guys, because you never know what kind of people of a live audience or a good crowd you can bring in. The more we all bring in, the more people that are considered family and would like to see what you like to do. I mean, I always love what I do at work for the last 4 years at Walmart, and I bust butt every time. And the same with you guys on the live chat too. I just take my time on normal stuff I can get to. Your ball's 1 strike. Outside to the right, 2nd strike. Catcher Jake Rogers is 2 for 3. Your ball's 2 strikes. From the stretch by Ramirez. At the bottom, 1 and 2. But what are your thoughts on that, Tuba? Am I traditionally correct as the awesome commentator, or do we not think it's just not a missing piece missing? Up top, 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jake Rogers is 2 for 3 this morning. But we should be alright. At the bottom, that's a 3rd ball with 2 strikes. Gets a sign down. Ramirez from the stretch, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be a foul to right, 3 and 2. So far the beginning, so far today. And that's going to be a foul to left. You're a fantastic commentator.
Every time I talk about your channel.
I'll look at the live chat on my laptop in a second. And at the bottom, that's a strikeout. 2nd out for the Tigers. For strikeout by Johan Ramirez. The Tigers down with their final out. You're a fantastic commentator. I mention every time I talk about your channel. Damn right, Tuba. There's always something to think about, you know. My conduct's been pretty good. I'm respectful, loyal, a lot of love, support, and respect. I mean, Volko's the only one that got me started with you and Running Egg. And it's always a privilege to be a part of something. And I will continue to be. Last chance for the Tigers will be Victor Reyes, 1 for 4. With a strike. It's going to be a foul to left. 2nd strike. The Tigers are down with their final out. Strike. 0 and 2. Outside the right, 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But other than that, what I normally do between you guys is I drop in a super chat, $5 or $10 one, and that's a strikeout looking. And the Tigers are failing bad to worse. Tigers are now 17 and 28 of the season. Mariners go up to 22 and 25, taking Game 1 in Seattle. Holy cow, guys! Good rough game go between the end, while one of the other teams took it. Okay, guys, we're gonna get to the rundown real quick so I can get a sour afterwards. Let's double check real quick. Losing in Game 1 in Seattle for the 17 and 28 Detroit Tigers, missed away by 3 runs. Game 1 Seattle. In the stat sheet, Nico Goodrum had a double, 2 for 4. Jake Rogers had a double and 2 ribbies, with kind of like 2 out of 4. Francisco had a run with 2 for 3. Miguel Cabrera, nicknamed the One and Only, which I actually like the name. It's 1 for 4. Taking Game 1 in Seattle, sweeping it off for the 22 and 25 Mariners by 3 runs. Dylan Moore had a 3 for 5 by 2 doubles, had a home run, 6 RBIs. He had a nice game today. Tyler Trimmill had 3 doubles, 3 for 4. David Crawford had a double, and Kyle Lewis had an RBI at 2 for 4. Have a good stratosphere by 3 runs. Nothing to show for. Mariners go to 22 and 25 over the Tigers of 17 and 28. Game 1 Seattle 7 to 4. 14 hits, 1 error, 11 hits, and 0 errors between the other bosses and dialects behind it. Hold on a second, I'm going to try and get a message in. So if I can get a little something in the book real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, we're back in session. So the Tigers are 17-28 this season. Let's simulate that real quick. Triple A, as far as the other stuff goes. Let's keep going to the live set, guys. Get about 4 likes. Keep going so we can get the stratosphere with likes, support, and comment and follow as always. And keep doing what we're doing. As far as the other teams go, we got the Cardinals winning by 7 by a touchdown, by 7 runs after 9 innings over the Phillies in Philadelphia. By 7 runs after 9 innings, 11-4. 12 hits, no errors, 7 hits, and just 2 errors completed. Hudson, second win. The Orioles win by 4 over the Reyes in Tampa by 4 runs. Had 6 runs in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and the first inning. By 4 runs after 9 innings. Final score 8-4. 14 hits, 0 errors, 8 hits, and no errors. D for done for it. Stewart, win number 2. Hold up a minute, guys. I'm going to check this one. Okay, he has a little something on that notification. The Twins won by 4 runs with the victory over the Indians in Cleveland by 4 runs. After 9 innings, final score 6-2. 8 hits, no errors. 6 hits and no errors.
Allowed only 5 hits in the game as they sank the visiting Buccos 9-4. Yadier Molina had a great day driving in 5.
Let me double check real quick. Hold on.
11-4. The Milwaukee Brewers racked up 11 hits as a team as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati.
I was at score, but you won't be able to get the vaccine before you trip.
18 hits as they got a road win against Arizona 12.
Keep me informed.
It was their 5th straight victory. The Cubs hit 3 long
see
as they secured a win in extra
what's
innings
going on.
Tuber,
are you still in the live chat?
Ozzie Albies was a force at the plate with 3.
Okay, there we go. Very good. All right, Ramel 5th win in Cleveland. Outside of that, 6-2. The Mariners, actually the Marlins win by 2 runs after 9 innings over the Rockies in Miami. By 2 runs. Final score 6-4. 8 hits, 0 errors, 6 hits, and 1 error. Hernandez 3rd win. Tyler number 5, a lucky 5 with the save. Odd numbers are okay, but evens are a little more better. Because I actually like a little more of a smart instinct for it and a gut feeling. The Go-Go Mets win by 5 runs after 9 innings over the Pirates in New York City. Final score. Oh, welcome back, Tuba. Well, what are your thoughts on my comments so far in this group? With lots of support and respect. When somebody comes in to your channel. Anything? Final score by 5 runs, 9-4. 13 hits, no errors. 5 hits and no errors completed. Stallman with the 3rd win. Inside the mix. The Brewers won by 3 runs over the Reds in Cincinnati. After 9 innings, final score 5-2. 11 hits, 1 error, 7 hits, and 0 errors completed. Hey, speaking of the devil, guys. What's up, Leon? How you doing? The positive information's in the chat. Exactly, too, but that's always something that most of us can follow. With great power comes great responsibility with great content and knowing what we like doing. But Leon, where the hell have you been, buddy? What happened? I mean, I wasn't sure if you were going to be back after last week or something. That's the awesome commentator for sure. But how you been today, buddy? It's good to see you. Final score after 9 innings, 5-2. 11 hits, 1 error, 7 hits, and 0 errors. But it's good to see you back, Leon. You tell me if you did watch Raw last night or watch Fastlane this week. I, for one, did not watch Fastlane. I was with my pudding afterwards, so. And I might do the same thing after cheerleading, see how that's going to go. 7 hits and no errors. Suter, first win. Peralta, save number 7. Odds are okay. Evens are good. That's been down. And you? I'm tired, but I go back to work on Thursday, and then my next day's off is 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of by the end of next week. But was it mind telling us what's wrong today, buddy? You don't mind if you do. But at least you're hanging in there with us. But what were your thoughts on Fastlane? Did you watch it? The Royals won by 3 runs over the Dodgers in Kansas City. After 3 runs, by 9 innings, final score 6-3. 12 hits, 0 errors, 8 hits, and no errors. Jacob Junis, 3rd win. Stelmont, 4th save. That's a good even number. Keeps a little more inside the glimpse and the review. The Red Sox scored big by 8 runs over the Rangers in Texas. Final score with 8 runs in total, 11-3. What happened, buddy? Well, what's the reason you're not feeling good, buddy? Anything? You can tell me. Final score 11-3, 16 hits, 1 error, 7 hits, and 0 errors.
Retribution turned on Ali.
Yeah, Retribution turned on Ali. Yeah, I did see that. So the next challenger, I would assume, I think it's going to have to be the Celtic Warriors Samus. I think it's going to be taking on Riddle for the United States title at Mania. But did you watch any Monday Night Raw last night? I mean, I watched some of it last night. After I got back to my opponent's place afterwards, so I watched some of it. The Blue Jays win by 2 runs. You have a headache? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Hopefully you get rid of it soon and try to take a little bit of medicine or something. Tuba, do you have any advice for Leon? I mean, he's one of my good old friends for a long time. Over the White Sox in Chicago, after 11 innings, final score of a good fast innings in Chicago, 4-2, 7 hits, 1 error, 8 hits, and no errors. Reyes' 2nd win, 8th save by Giles, good even number. Gets a little more heart pumping. The Astros win by 5 runs over the Yankees in Houston. After 9 innings, final score 6-1. 13 hits, 0 errors, 9 hits, and 0 errors. Justin Verlander had a nice game. Has increased an undefeated record to 6-0 in the season as a pitcher. Very phenomenal to see. And anybody can keep some things up. The Nationals win big by 5 runs over the D-backs in Arizona. After 9 innings, final score from the stretch. I missed Raw lately because remote on its loss. I ordered one on Amazon. So, did you look at did you watch previews or something? On YouTube or how much did you watch yesterday? Final score 12-7. 18 hits, 0 errors, 12 hits, and no errors, excuse me. Sanchez, 3rd win. Doolittle, 9th save. That's an odd number. Not bad of odd, but gets a little more informed. The Athletics win by 5 over the Angels in Los Angeles. Los Angeles as we speak. Final score 6-1. 10 hits, no errors, 7 hits, and no errors completed. Mania with 3rd win. Keep more stuff forward. The Cubbies win by 3 over the Padres in San Diego with an extra inning of 10. Of having a nice game between any great teams in the series. Final score after 10 innings, 6-3. 12 hits, 1 error, 12 hits, and no errors completed. Winkler with his first win. And the Braves win a big shootout by 9 runs over the Giants in San Francisco. After 9 innings, final score with the runs, 10-1. 12 hits, 0 errors, 7 hits, and no errors. Hernandez with 2nd win. So the Tigers are now 17-28.
Okay.
I supported the Peacock It's Okay app. Well, I don't think I've ever gone to Peacock, I would assume. But I've heard the app is okay. So now the Tigers are 17-28. I'm not sure when I'm going to do baseball. I think it's going to be back next week. I think it's going to be either next week or I can fit it into... I I think I'm going to do baseball maybe like mid next week. See how that's going to go. But I do know I'm off 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for 4 days off next week. Because I'm going to be working the next 6 days after tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys informed what's going on with that. But we should be okay. If I do stream tonight, you guys again Valhalla. If not, you guys will see that Wednesday morning tomorrow. But we'll see how that's going to bring in. But until mid next week, it's going to be game 2 in Seattle mid next week. Of 1 to 2 days a week of baseball. It will be the 17 and 28 Tigers taking on the 22 and 25 Mariners. For next week, pitching for the 17 and 28 Tigers will be Spencer Turnbull. Have a 2-5 win-loss record, having a little bit of a bad season. Any pitcher can try to recover and get back into the mix a bit more. With 43 strikeouts, have a 4.79 run average. And pitching for the 22-25 Mariners will be Zuz Sheffield. Have a 3-4 record, 29 strikeouts for 9.31 run average. And for mid next week, check out other scores real quick. We got the Brewers taking on the Reyes in Cincinnati. Brendan Woodruff 3-4 with a 4.47 run average. For Trevor Bauer with a nice 6-1 win-loss record. With a 2.78 run average. As it deals with 1 already. Astros host the Yankees in Houston. Savinio 2-1 with a 5.28 run average. Versus McCoy Jr. with a 3.12 run average. No periods, no ERAs between the letter. Increases the first 2. Braves take on the Giants in San Francisco. Fried 3-2 for 2.03 run average versus Kevin Guzman with a 2.42 run average. The Phillies host the Cardinals in Philadelphia. Zach Flattery 1-7 with a 5.32 run average versus Mania. Mania will be making his debut on the mound for the Phillies. See how that turns out. The Orioles visit the Reyes in Tampa. LeBlanc 4.50 run average versus Morton with a 5-2 for 3.38 run average. The first 5. The Twins take on the Indians in Cleveland. Medea 4-2 with a 1.58 run average versus Seville with 3.61 run average.
I was happy to hear about that.
We'll get back to the live chat on my laptop in a second. As increases between 2.03 of a lead between any averages. The Rockies take on the Marlins in Miami. Castellini 1-3 for 2.38 run average versus Lopez with 5.33 run average. Gives it 2.95 a little bit. NXT men women's tag titles. I was happy to hear about that. Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be good for NXT now. Before they move on to Tuesdays. I mean, since they actually made the NXT women's titles now, I think it's going to be interesting how it's going to be fitting the brand. I mean, the colors, the Legos look good, and we already know who the tag champions are in the first reign after what happened last week on NXT. But you know who they are, correct, Leon? Out of the bag? Dodgers take on the Royals and Kansas City.
Rhea Ripley is on Raw.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley, yep. There's actually I have heard there's actually some big news for WrestleMania. As Rhea Ripley will be making a wrestling debut on Monday Night Raw at WrestleMania. She'll be taking on Asuka for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be pretty good. But I don't know who I'm going to be picking right now. But I think it's going to be good. In Kansas City, Booyah 2-2 for 3.12 run average versus Bubek for 6.03 run average. But what do you think, Leon? Your honest opinion. Rangers host the Red Sox in Texas. Rodriguez 3-3 with a 5.81 run average versus Lynn with a 3.67 run average. Keeps a little more in the middle. Keeps a bit more challenging. Blue Jays take on the White Sox in Chicago. Yeah, Blackheart and Moon, that's right. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see what happens this week on NXT. We'll get to bit more in a minute. In Chicago, Merriweather has a winless, for the first win, has an 0-6 win-loss record for 7.17 run average versus Galeto for 2.54 also around average. Keeps us pumping, keeps controlling going. Pirates take on the Mets in New York City. Keller 1-1 for 3.72 around average versus Ryan Porcello for 5.04 around average by 1.32 between the differences. D-backs host the Nationals in Arizona. Ross 1-5 with 6.25 around average versus Glenn for 3.13 around average. Keeps the composer running, keeps it running, and keeps it slow but normal. The Cubbies take on the Padres in San Diego. Yu Darvish 5-3 for 3.95 around average versus Lamont for 4.03 around average. Keeps the composer moving. And the Angels host the Athletics in Los Angeles. Montez 0-6 for 6.69 around average versus Turan for 5.23 around average. We're not going to do standings this morning, guys. I'm going to wrap things up in a second. Only when it comes to wins, I'll do, for the most part from now on, for any team that gets a good win, I'll do some standings. We'll get a good opportunity of a chance. But alright, guys, that's going to be a wrap for me.
Raw
is actually 2 hours and 30 minutes on the network. When it's out on TV, it takes 30 minutes because of the... We'll get to that in a second. But other than that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for this morning. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming tonight. But if I do, you guys will get an hour and 35 for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If not, if I don't stream tonight, I'll see you guys in the morning on Wednesday tomorrow, because I am off work tomorrow as well. So you guys will have Valhalla by then, and then Black Ops Cold War afterwards in the evening. But if you want to catch more MLB 20 every 1 to 2 days a week, it should be back next week, since I'm off the next 4 days next week. Which should be just fine. Menacing the 17 and 28 Tigers. Make sure you guys hit that support button, like button, comment as good as we can throughout Running Egg and Tuba Chat and live chat throughout this group with love, support, and respect. With some good help given or anything else being helped out. If you guys have a Twitter, you guys can send me your information. I send you my information with the numbers through Twitter. Send it to me and deliver it to me in the live chat so I can find you and follow you. Let's see how that's going to hand out. And we'll see what we can make out of that for sure throughout this group in one. The numbers are always the same, guys. One time, 824-65600. You guys can friend request me on Discord. Tell me you guys said hello. Anything you guys want to talk about, we can try to jump in more. Much more in the mix as good as we can. And we can try to think of anything in general. See how that's going to help us out in this group, the Running Egg and Tuba Chat, with love, support, and respect. So we'll see how that's going to go. If you guys also have a Steam account, friend request me on Steam. It's Zach Dawson 93. Most of them are lowercase, but the numbers are 9 and 3. Well, you guys let me know. But have a good day, Tuba. I will see you later on this week. Tell my pun I said hi. Well, I'm the only one that could call my pun puddin'. But I will tell her you said hi. But I will deliver that for you. But other than that, guys, throughout this group, love, support, and respect. No S for attended. We watch videos in full. We like, support, comment in full. Tweet it out, add it to a playlist, and we never ask for support back. Now that's for us attended, guys, or YouTube will take your followers afterwards. Actually, not followers, but shout-outs. You guys can vote to land at 32, go to summon at 13. You guys let me know if you guys want to set up tonight or in the morning. But okay, guys, I'm going to be out of here. I don't know if I'm going to go live tonight, but I'll keep you guys what's going on YouTube, Discord, and Twitter. I'm going to get a shower in real quick. Then I'm going to head it over to spend time with my family and Subway. I want to say, but other than that, guys, keep yourself safe. I want to say thank you, Leon, Tuba, and who else was in the live chat this morning?
Type your Discord.
But yeah. But other than that, guys, be good to one another, be kind, love one another. I'll type that when I have a chance. You can message me on Twitter, and I'll tell you after I get off here, buddy. But thank you for telling me. But other than that, guys, be good to one another, be kind, love one another. Guys, have a good morning. I'll see you tonight. If not, I'll see you in the morning for Valhalla. Same time, same channel for now in 35. of every Tuesday and Wednesdays. You guys have a good morning, and